beer, wine, spirits, and cigars.
Many leather-bound books. My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Do you want to impress your wife? Then listen up. This is Sarah Ligon, owner of Lux House in Heritage Village. Lux House has everything: furniture, decor, candles, and all things home. I have a full line of custom designed furniture made right here in the USA. Check us out online at luxhouse.live or follow us on Facebook and Instagram. 479-357-0249. Lux House at Heritage Village, Barling. Here to help you stay out of the doghouse for years to come.
I want you in the worst way.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 61 days.
How would you characterize as someone that I trust your business acumen over mine, the current state of Arkansas athletics?
We're kind of like a steakhouse that has a really good shrimp appetizer. The salad's impeccable. The scalloped potatoes are to die for.
Okay.
The white linen cloths, the silverware, the service is 5-star. But then they bring you the ribeye. It's just okay.
It's mid.
The sauteed mushrooms that go on it are awesome. The wine selection is just unbelievable.
But you need sauce for your steak.
But I need a little A1 here. I mean, isn't that really an athletic department? The football program is the entree. It is the bone-in ribeye.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
And welcome into a Hot Take Monday edition of the Morning Rush here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. Kind of like the football program is to your athletics department, quarterback is to your football team. Taylor Green was down in Thibodaux, Louisiana this weekend with Mr. Archie Manning, who we had on Friday, Eli Manning, Cooper Manning, Peyton Manning, and a bunch of other SEC quarterbacks and camp counselors, and getting a chance to learn from some of the best. I mean, I don't know what the radio equivalent for that would be for us, but it's hard to.
It's the Morning Rush. Master's class every day, 9 to 11.
I don't know if I would say that, but
they're all gathered around, taking copious notes from every word you say.
Yeah. John Gruden even took a selfie with him and some other quarterbacks. So I know that it looked like Taylor was having a good time this weekend. I know VR is a big thing nowadays. They had I think it was Russell that had his helmet cam where they caught him throwing the football, catching the football, which was kind of a cool view. Didn't get a ton of coverage that I got to see from Taylor and whatnot, but based on what I was reading about in On3, sounds like he had a pretty good weekend. He's excited. 61 days out from Arkansas's season opener against Alabama A&M here in Fayetteville.
Last day of June, too.
Yeah.
First half of the year ends tonight. That's hard to believe. Brought to you this morning by Mock Legal Solutions. If you're needing real advice at a reasonable price, Jackie Mock and her team are there. They've been doing this for nearly 15 years now. So if you're involved in or have been involved in a car wreck, or you're involved now or going through a divorce or family law matter that you need help with, slip and fall at work or someone's business, dog bite cases, I mean, the list goes on and on. Jackie's there, and with 2 locations, one in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and, of course, home base in Fort Smith, where they've been for over a decade. And they understand that times are hard, and most of the working class people, just like you, just like me, just like Ty and Colton, ain't got $5,000 under the mattress for a nice retainer. So they make it easy to understand, flat fees, down payments, and monthly payments as well. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. That's mocklegalsolutions.com, or call 769-1505.
So on the subject of football, I want to start here on a Hot Take Monday. I was just kind of looking up and down the SEC teams kind of as we get ready for SEC Media Days here in about 2 weeks, kind of an idea of who I think is going to be the conference champ, where Arkansas kind of slots in that mix and whatever else. And as I was just looking at it, I don't know if there's a clear and defined dominant team this year. And I think in years past, we've been able to pinpoint who we thought it was going to be and that. And really, when you look at the quarterback turnover, you look at the roster turnover, you look at a bunch of different parts of this whole equation for this upcoming season. I think my hot take here at 9:04 on the last day of June is the SEC is going to have a down year. And this will be the 3rd straight year that the SEC does not win a national title in football.
Well, since you've looked at these rosters, I hadn't had a chance. I hadn't gotten my Phil Stills yet. So who has the least amount of lineman turnover? That's what I'd like to know.
Up front, Probably
since you've been looking at them,
probably LSU.
How many they got back?
Couldn't tell you each individual.
Well, you said you've been looking at it.
Can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
No, I mean I'm just trying because here's the deal. Here's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm this college football expert or anything, but I'm telling you, I glossed it over, and I've been looking at it.
No bleep.
That's one of the things I've kind of come
that's the thing. Well, quarterback turnover. Well, that's a valid point, but I guess the sarcastic point I'm trying to make is no one talks about these linemen and what unit on everybody's team is going to determine whether or not they make the playoff or not. Whether or not they can protect their quarterback, whether or not they can open up holes for the running game, and whether or not they can control the A gap and B gaps defensively. So, I mean, we spend all this time on quarterbacks and who is at Manning's Passing Academy, and all that's fun and important. But at the end of the day, those hosses up front are going to determine it.
They lost their best offensive lineman, Will Campbell, but defensive lineman-wise, it's probably Texas. I would say that LSU is up there on that list, but like you, I haven't gotten the Phil Still just yet. Hopefully we have him on in a week or so ago. But that, again, I think as I look at these teams, that's my hot take this morning, is the SEC is going to find itself for a third straight season not without a national champ. What is your hot take here this morning? I've given mine.
Hot take is that you need to buy your fireworks early. Okay. My kids, we've already done that. We went and got some fireworks this weekend, and they are so excited. The anticipation for Friday, I don't think they'll make it till Friday, maybe Wednesday or Thursday before the first fuse is lit. But you can feel the anticipation in our house. So don't put the kids on hold. Don't wait for last minute deals. Go get them because the excitement for this weekend is building.
When is it's June? We mentioned it's the last day. When is the okay time to actually start shooting them? And when is it like, all right, this is the final day you can shoot them?
Well, let's see. I would say this week, Wednesday night would be the earliest.
Okay, which is
Sunday night would be the latest.
The 2nd, and then the 6th.
Yeah,
right.
What I'd say.
Okay,
burn them all up.
2 days before, 2 days after, and then after the weekend's up,
done.
Call it quits. No more after. No more out. How much did you end up spending on fireworks?
Collectively, I got some for my family. We got a bunch just to take to our family. We have our family reunion every 4th of July, so we got a couple $300 worth.
Okay. Well,
I'm splitting some of that with my brother and my cousin.
Okay. Are we going to see any fireworks from the offense this fall? I think that's where people are holding on to.
Segue.
Look at that. Look at
Bravo.
that. Look at that.
Bravo.
Well, I think a lot of this season, as it often does, rests on the shoulders of the quarterback. And I think when you look at what Arkansas has in the wide receiver room versus other SEC competition, it's even more so. There are quarterbacks that are, again, not that you didn't lose some top-end wide receivers this past year with Andrew Armstrong and some of the other, like Ryan Williams is back for Alabama, so Max Simpson kind of has his reliable target out there. But I just think Talon this upcoming season, there's going to be so much asked of him this year because of not that surefire guy that you can throw it to on the outside. And I wonder if how that's going to
there's not a burst out there, but somebody will emerge. I mean, we didn't have a lot of faith going into last year or two about who the primary target would be. Somebody's got to emerge.
Someone did say Andrew Armstrong was going to have over 1,000 yards before the season. He did. I do remember someone saying that in the summer.
Ruskin. So
not Ruskin.
Can I challenge you both on this? Because it is not about the wide receivers. I feel like the wide receivers will be able to step up to the plate for the most part during the entirety of the season. I clipped that thing from Archie Manning talking about quarterbacks, how they have to be cerebral, because Tommy mentioned that last week, and this is a good cut.
Let's see, hold on.
Is it on there? I might have missed it. Anyway. But he talked about how to be a quarterback, you don't necessarily... There it is.
I'm not saying you have to be super intellectual, but you got to handle the cerebral part of the game. You just can't go out and run and throw. You got to know what you're doing. In a drop back situation, you got an entire football field out there. You got to read, know where people are, and the main thing, go to the right person, go to the right area, go to the right person. So it's a complicated game.
Archie's talking about how right there it is cerebral. And I think that's the thing that's going to set this offense apart next year. We talk about Bobby Petrino quarterbacks in year 2. Well, a lot of that is on Talon Green. What was the thing that he was missing last year? Yes, he didn't have a lot of pass protection, but he also wasn't able to get through progressions as quickly as Bobby Petrino would like. So That's one thing that has to improve this year. It's not just on the fact that who are these receivers, who are we throwing to? Your quarterback has to be a lot better at being an elite level processor if he wants to be successful in an offense that requires elite level processing.
He had 12 fumbles last year, which was the most in Power 5. I know what they want to clean that up a little bit. You think he asked Gruden if he was at Powerhouse? And Coach, were you really at Powerhouse all those years
ago?
He had a red
tie on.
Looking at, you think Gruden? I can't remember who I was talking to about this. You think he's trying to get back into college football, or or you think he's just media from here on out? Some guys they want to like Dan Mullen, for example. Dan Mullen spent some time with ESPN before jumping back with UNLV as Barry Odom took the Purdue job. Some guys want to be in media just to stay in the spotlight a little bit so they can get that new college football job or NFL job for that matter. You think he's done?
I think he's done. I mean, but I think with the way things played out in Vegas, I think he's a natural for media. I think, I mean, no pressure. You don't generally get fired from media because, you really got to mess up to get fired there. So I think that's where he sticks and stays.
He's also at Barstool now, where you can kind of get away with saying some weird things that are off color and off the wall.
Yeah. Did you guys yesterday? I know there's not a lot on right now. You've got MLB, you got WNBA. Did you watch any of the SEC network take over for Arkansas?
No, I was. I went fishing this weekend. Got back around noon or 1 o'clock yesterday, and I started a new series this week. I've been binge watching Goliath a little bit, so I invested a little money on that, and then I fell asleep watching The Accountant with Ben Affleck. So no, I didn't.
First or second one?
First one.
Okay.
Trying to lead up to the second one, and I got to go back and watch about half the movie over again.
I tuned in just in time on Saturday night to watch Name Redacted score the longest passing play touchdown in school history. It's pretty cool.
It was one of those things where they showcased a few of the best games, best moments from Arkansas last year. And as Arkansas again heads into another football, basketball, and baseball season this year, we're going to relive a few of the best moments here in our opening drive.
Hawks could win it right here. Nico gets the snap, looking left. Now he's flushed, rolling right, still looking downfield. Arkansas win! Arkansas wins the game! The Razorbacks have knocked off Tennessee and they're rushing the field. Cal's going to have a sweet, sweet win. This ball game is over. Arkansas has come to Kentucky and the Razorbacks have won the ball game 89-79.
The 1-2. It's a pop-up, left side, left field, Davalon underneath it. Charles is there. He's got it. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. They take 2 out of 3 from the Tennessee Volunteers.
This is the opening drive.
All right, so if you had a chance to go back and relive any moment, now there was some regular season, and then, of course, there was postseason stuff. If you want to go back and relive the Liberty Bowl win, you can. What's the one weekend or game you'd go back and take in again for the first time?
Tennessee. I mean, that was you talking about this past season, right? I mean, the Tennessee weekend was the most exciting. If I'm understanding your question correctly, I mean,
in football or baseball?
In football, the Tennessee. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
you can pick any of them. You can pick any sport.
Tennessee football weekend. I thought that was as exciting as there was. No one really gave Arkansas much of a chance. There wasn't a lot of excitement. Arkansas just bear down on Tennessee, right?
Yep, they only
scored. Baseball. So in football, I thought that was an exciting game. Storm the field, all those things. Tennessee football game, Razorback Stadium would be my choice.
You were the primetime. Fowler and Herbie were here. ABC game. I mean, really, Tennessee's offense. I mean, they only made us 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. Nico and company couldn't get anything done for the majority of that game. And then Arkansas's offense picked it up. Taylor got injured. You're thinking, oh no. Malachi comes in and leads them on that game-winning drive, and Arkansas ends up winning 19-14. I think for me, it's not often that I pick out a regular season moment over postseason, but the Kentucky win is as awesome as the St. John's win was in Providence in that round of 32 game. The Kentucky win was, to me, the pinnacle of Arkansas sports this past year. I felt like in that game, Arkansas fans, if you were out on Cal or you're still debating or whatever, that moment was like, okay, he's in red. From here on out, we're good to go. And again, there were some other great moments during last season, particularly in the postseason. Football-wise, Tennessee's right up there with it. Baseball, you had a couple. The Texas sweep, Tennessee winning two of three. Obviously, the regional and super regional, and got a couple wins in Omaha. But that Kentucky, and I'm a basketball guy first and foremost, that to me was the best of any of them last year. What about you, Colton?
First weekend of the tournament for the basketball team this year was really exciting, just because we knew that we had kind of gotten in there basically off the luck of the draw of the conference being so strong, and we had a little bit to prove. We knew that Coach Cal had plenty of gas left in the tank, and just to see all that magic happen with the big matchups between Coach Cal and Patino to make it to the big, Sweet 16 in Providence, there was just a lot of hype surrounding it, and it was a fantastic game from start to finish. So probably that first weekend, the game against St. John's, probably one I would love to go back and see again.
So you kind of know, well, you do know in football, and you know in basketball, and you know also in baseball. You'll go to Austin, you'll go to Tennessee. What weekend are you looking forward to this next calendar year? You can kind of you've talked about New York
Notre
and
Dame,
Brooklyn,
just
Notre
because
Dame.
of the uniqueness of it.
Okay.
But I don't think Arkansas is going to win the football game. I wish it was later in the day, but I think that comes to mind just because that's not going to roll around on the schedule.
Kentucky will come in basketball this season. You'll play Baylor. You'll play Texas Tech. You'll play Houston. I mean, there's a lot of marquee non-conference basketball games. Colton, football-wise, you've got a great schedule ahead this upcoming season. Baseball, again, you'll have some good games as well. So a weekend.
A road trip to Austin wouldn't be awful.
Which you haven't done since, 2008, I believe. I think that's the last time you've been to Austin. That was a Colt McCoy team that just housed you that day.
All right, looking at the Bet Saracen app, what is your early summer number here for the Razorbacks? I'm going to give you the odds, and I've got them from 3+ wins to 4, all the way to 10+ wins on Bet Saracen. I'll tell you what it would cost you. Then I got the exact numbers to win exactly on the number. So what would be your minimum number of wins you'd be willing to lay down? Say $100. They're going to win at least 4, at least 5, at least 6, 5+.
I tend to think that it's going to be 6.
At least?
No,
here's
minimum.
What's
5.
interesting. Bet Saracen app right now. Arkansas 5+ regular season wins -210.
Yeah, they'll get at least 5. It's a little.
Okay, +6.
I mean, I
6+ wins, +115. So there's your breaking point.
That 5.
All right, you want to get way out on the limb? 9 wins. You can lay down 100 to win 1,300. 10+ wins, 100 down gets you $4,000 right now.
And that would be
one born.
You talk about,
and then exactly on the number with Bet Saracen. Exactly on the number. What'd you say? You can't bet exactly 5. Well, no, exactly 5 wins is +375. Exactly 4 wins +425. Same for 6 wins. 7 wins +575. Any guess on exactly 9 wins or more?
Plus like 1,600?
1,300, yeah.
Okay.
2 wins or fewer? We'll go the opposite way.
Hey, that's not. I'm
plus 1,100.
Okay, I don't even want to entertain that possibility.
Exactly 8 wins. Now that's in the realm of reality.
Yeah. Bowl. You get a bowl if you win 2 games you're not supposed to, and you get a bowl win.
These are regular season wins. Season wins.
What was that? Plus 18. What? 18?
Plus 850.
Okay.
For 8 regular season wins. Last one here. Bet Saracen app. Arkansas to make the 2025 college football playoff. If they do, $100 would get you $2,250.
Wow.
Plus $2,250. So,
win some money.
There you go. All right, that's your opening drive. It's brought to you by the Fence Man. If you need a security fence around your home or business and you're not sure exactly who to turn to, we always recommend you call the Fence Man. Their fences stand up and stand strong. 782-3936. They've been in the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. But if you're in Northwest Arkansas, you're in Waldron or Mena this morning, you're in Oklahoma, they'll come to you and give you a free, no obligations quote. They do residential, commercial, high security fencing, industrial and government fencing, automatic gates, and they also have financing available as well. 782-3936. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Speaking of money, saw a couple Razorbacks here within the last week, including Jalen Williams and and also Bobby Portis. Jalen signed a 3-year, $24 million contract, and cool connection. Marcus Monk, former Arkansas wide receiver basketball player, is the agent on that, which was cool.
Did that surprise? When I saw that yesterday, did the numbers surprise you? 3 for 24.
The third year is a team option,
right?
And they can.
So it's really a 2-year deal.
What I was talking to, and again, salary cap's not necessarily my forte, but that they're getting Isaiah and Jalen still on really good role players for good deals. But
Isaiah was what, 4 for 48,
3 for 38 or 39.
I thought it was 4 for 48, but I'll lean to you on that. But point being, it seems like Jalen off the bench, $8 million a year now. Listen, we would sign lifetime for 24. I'm not scoffing at 24, but it seemed a little light, honestly.
I think we're kind of both right. It's with the team option, I think, for 48, and the regular, I think, is the 3. So
I thought it was 4 for 48, and the fourth year was team option.
I looked it up from.
It's 24 is what struck me as a little light, just to know that Isaiah, I think Jalen averaged 6 or 8 points this year.
Was a big role in
wasn't as big a role in the playoffs, but I thought 24.
They don't win.
Sounded a little light.
They don't win that Western Conference semifinals.
Not a big role in the final
without Jalen Williams. Yeah, didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't see. I don't want to hesitate and say didn't see any action, but if he did, it wasn't much. Again, I don't have the Google sheets of who's making one in the NBA right now, but I think again,
role players make mid-teens is what I'm saying. Generally in the NBA, bench guys coming off the bench are 12 to 16 million. It seems like to me. I thought. Maybe 24 over 3 seemed a little.
Maybe they're taking pay cuts to stay. They're 2 hours and 49 minutes from Fort Smith.
And OKC has a lot of guys that can get you 10 off the bench at any time. And they have a really solid bench unit.
I'll sign up for $24 million for the rest of my life right now. So
Bobby got paid 3 for 44. So that's another contract, but he's also been in the league a lot longer than Jalen has.
All right, if you're traveling, I got a lot of buddies traveling, in the islands, out of the country, different places. Be sure to take the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell along with you. Craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered, and we got you covered no matter where you're traveling this summer. The Hit That Line Now app can, you don't even have to put it in your carry-on. You don't even have to put it in your suitcase. You just download that app, and off we go. Ty and Tommy on vacation with you. Isn't that great? With the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell.
What did you say? The equivalent of the Mannings and Sports Traders? Is that what you made of?
I am sure that your wife wants to wake up with Ty and Tommy on vacation.
Exactly. Hog Update coming up next. We'll dive into some Razorback stuff next.
Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
The tailgating is all around the Superdome. I kind of worry sometimes. For a 12 o'clock game, you can't get damaged too much before that. But when they have a night game, they seem to start those tailgates at the same time, 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
That's kind of the problem up at LSU. They say that's the loudest place in the world. Well, they're loud because they start cooking about 8 o'clock there and they start drinking.
This is The Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Do you want to be home every weekend, use brand new equipment, and make a competitive salary? Then let me tell you about Lavorne Lumber. They're looking to fill a regional over-the-road position. So if this sounds like a great next job opportunity for you, call 479-646-4685. That's 646-4685. 515 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith and online at Lavorne, Lovvorn lumber.com. Lavorne Lumber. Paying the bills, we'll take care of you.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Whether you're opening your first checking account, purchasing your first home, saving for your first big vacation, or opening a new business, First Star Bank offers hometown service with the latest in digital banking technology. Our local team makes banking fast, convenient, and easy. From simple everyday banking to helping you fulfill your dreams, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. First Star Bank. We'll be there through all your firsts. Learn more at firststar.bank or stop by one of our local branches today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, this is Coach Olenek, but you can call me Doug. I'm one of the co-founders of Fat Boys Fireworks in Van Buren, along with my friend Dwayne Froud. In the fireworks business, you have to be willing to make deals and keep your prices low. That's exactly what we have done for over 21 years. Come see what we mean at 5524 Highway 59 North in Figure 5, Arkansas, 3 miles north of I-540.
You're going to tell me that you don't have no Black Cat, no Roman Candles, or Screaming Mimi? No, come on, man.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Tommy loves the Razorbacks. Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those. 107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, Woo Big Suey. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Well, I don't have a staff in place, and I think we'll go over that as when the time is right. I do think we've gone back and forth about a few positions that will help us in the long run. But talk to a few people. I'll be honest about that. We talked to a few people about different things, and I think it's about getting the right people in to help us out and be a part of this, because it's important we get it right the first time. So we'll get the right people in, and when the time is right to disclose all that, we'll let you guys know.
That was Remy Cofield, GM for Arkansas Athletics, talking about last week. Tommy, not only is the end of June, but it's really the dawn and the start of a new era in college athletics officially tomorrow, kind of like it was, I guess, 40 years ago with NIL, July 1st. So we got something else coming down the pipe starting in July.
I think it's when we look back and how all this, I mean, we talk about, drastic changes in industry and business, and, you study the Industrial Revolution, you look at geology, and there's a change in the rocks that says, hey, something major happened this many years ago. That's what we're going through right now in college athletics. I mean, I don't think you can overstate what is getting ready to happen officially starting tomorrow with revenue sharing. I mean, in our lifetimes, I don't know that there will be a bigger event. Freshmen becoming eligible in football in 71, roster limitations. You keep going down the list of things that have happened that have been monumental to how the sport is formed. NIL, transfer portal, and now revenue sharing are, beyond massive.
Well,
beyond massive.
Last time something like this happened, Arkansas won 9 games. So it may have been helped by the fact that he had a bunch of super seniors. Traylon Burks, one of the best wide receivers in Razorback history, and he had a quarterback in KJ Jefferson that maybe had his best college season to date. But maybe something good could happen for your football team this year. All right, continuing on with the football stuff. Arkansas got another commitment for the 2026 class. Ben Mabega out of Georgia, 6'5", 290-pound offensive tackle, gave his commitment to Arkansas this week. In Florida State, LSU, NC State, and some others interested too. So good for that. And speaking of offensive linemen, Colton, I saw, have you seen this video of Froholt?
Hjalti Froholt, yeah. Knocking around Sean Strickland, the former UFC champ, in the octagon. I think they were just sparring. They had a bunch of guys, former and current offensive linemen, defensive linemen, just cross-training, getting stronger with Sean Strickland. And I just saw that it was a pretty intense match. It was pretty fun to watch.
No, I hadn't
seen it. It's pretty. It was crazy. Colton put out something on social media, and I was surprised by that. By the way, it's social media day. Do you have a favorite app that you get on? Mine's Twitter.
I was just thinking, I missed this thing. I don't get on Twitter anymore. I mean,
really?
It used to be a multi-time per day deal.
Suck.
Facebook, yes. Twitter, no. But I mean, I'm just not on much of it anymore. I don't know. It's wore off for some reason.
It kind of sucks now, to be honest with you. You're not missing much.
You don't like it?
It's all been taken over by the reply bots and garbage and stuff like that. It's
yeah.
stupid.
I mean,
it's dumb.
I don't find the value in it I once did.
People like
and
me,
then you can't trust anything you see.
People like me can pay for a check mark. I have one because I like to be able to edit all the mistakes that I make in my tweets, and I can. But
I think that's when I quit. Is when they asked me to pay for a check mark.
Can get verified.
No, I don't. That's good for Colton, but I'm not going to pay.
Anybody can get verified. I mean, Ty could, and you can make money off of it. Ty, you have a big following.
Not really. I've stopped tweeting a bunch, but I do still enjoy getting.
It's about reach. It's about reach. If you have a tweet that has 4 million impressions, that's $55 more than you had.
Well, the problem is you get to watching a game and you say something emotional, reactionary.
Does that sound like me?
Stupid, and then. You say you put a tweet out in the second quarter, and then how we're never going to win this game, and fire all the coaches, get rid of all the players, all this stuff, and then they end up winning the football game, and then you look like a fool.
I think it was 14-3.
I quit. That's why I quit.
In the Tennessee game last year. I'm glad I didn't have social media in wherever we were up in the upper deck, because I would have been very frustrated. But luckily that game turned out right for Arkansas. All right, keeping it going. Arkansas got its 4th baseball commit, Jackson Kersher, who actually played at Little Rock Christian Academy, which is cool. Started his career at Oklahoma. He was talking with THV about coming to Arkansas. Here's what he said about joining the Hogs.
It's what every kid dreams of, being from Little Rock or from the state of Arkansas, getting to go put that uniform on and play for your team. I like to say I play with a lot of emotion. I'm going to get fired up and try to get them fired up as well, and hopefully help win some ball games.
You've added 3 pitchers in the offseason, and also, was it Dylan Grego? Is that name correct, Colton? I believe on that, the Ball State kid. So you've added some good players, hopefully thus far for this upcoming season, which we know is a long way away. And then last thing here, your Hog update, I saw John L. Davis is joining the Orlando Magic Summer League team. So you've got Anthony Black and now John Ellis as former Razorbacks that are a part of that organization this upcoming season. Hopefully John will be able to make that team somehow, some way. All right, that is your Hog update here on a Hot Take Monday. Hog update is always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8
Cody texted in and said, Tommy, there were people shooting fireworks all over Lavaca last night. So they started early. He said 2 days before, 2 days after.
Damn kids.
Not outside of that time parameter. Nothing outside of those parameters, y'all.
Right. That's right. Too early. It's Sunday night. Burn them all up. And listen, there should be a no complaining time period. Don't be complaining about people firing off their fireworks. And then there should be all right, you're not going to do it anymore. You should be arrested and thrown in jail if you're before or after these days.
Two ends of the spectrum.
Right.
Very two opposite ends of the spectrum.
But, July 3rd, don't be calling the cops complaining that they're bottle rockets, Roman candles.
Even if it's a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
Black cats.
All that stuff. All right, we got our Morning Rush Daily question coming up as we continue on a Hot Take Monday.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
We had two people over here cooking meth out in the back barn behind the house.
You're listening to the Morning Run.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Take advantage of this nice weather in Arkansas with our friends at Roback. Gear up for fresh polos, running joggers, and comfortable khaki shorts. Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas licensed collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. So if you're ready to upgrade your comfort game, use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order through the end of this week. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with code RUSH25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
It's what every kid dreams of, being from Little Rock or from the state of Arkansas, getting to go put that uniform on and play for your team.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
When you're craving serious burger goodness, head to Hardee's for the all-new barbecued pulled pork Frisco burger. A charbroiled, quarter-pound, 100% Angus beef patty, topped with 16 hours slow-smoked barbecued pulled pork on toasted sourdough. Only for a limited time at Hardee's. Get a free pulled pork Frisco burger when you download the app and join My Reward. The app for terms.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hi, this is Pruitt Tollett with WT Equipment. When it's hay season, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. Premier Forage tools, from mowers to balers, are built tough to perform in the field and backed by support you can count on. At WT Equipment, we help you get the right Premier tools to keep them running strong. Come by and see us at our 8 locations or visit us online, WTEquip.com. Premier, because your hay doesn't wait.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Hey, this is Coach Olenek, but you can call me Doug. I'm one of the co-founders of Fat Boys Fireworks in Van Buren, along with my friend Dwayne Froud. In the fireworks business, you have to be willing to make deals and keep your prices low. That's exactly what we have done for over 21 years. Come see what we mean at 5524 Highway 59 North in Figure 5, Arkansas, 3 miles north of I-540.
So you're going to tell me that you don't have no black cat, no Roman candles, or screaming Minnie? No, come on, man.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Time for the Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, I'm going to give you a fictional $100 bill. I just heard this got my mind to think about fireworks. We had a message during the break there for Fat Boy Fireworks. Giving you a $100 bill. You're going to the fireworks tent. What are you buying? What is, as a grown adult?
A grown adult.
And Ty.
There we go.
What do you like setting fire to? What are you spending your $100 on?
Mortars.
Those don't go very far. I mean, you're not gonna get very many for $100.
Are those the ones that have the really small like spray and they just go up real nonchalant, but they make the biggest boom and make your chest quake? Those are my favorite ones. The ones that don't make a big, explosion, but the ones that just hit you in the stomach. I like those the best. $100 worth of those.
I like getting a lot of bang, literally, no pun intended, bang for your buck.
Bang for your buck.
Give me the bottle rockets, give me the black cats. I remember you could buy what looked like a military grade container of black cats when I was a kid for like $5. Now it's
the good old days.
Yeah, now you get like a single packet. Yeah, but
what are the ones you're not supposed to shoot at your friends?
Bottle rockets.
Bottle rockets.
And Roman candles. Roman candles would be the other one. Lewis Automotive Group hotline open. Call or text 877-377-6963. I'm going to go Roman candles and bottle rockets because I think you get the most for your money. I loved them as a kid, the bottle rockets. You could have little bottle rocket wars and send those off. They don't make too big a mess. Now, the mess they make is picking all those sticks up when you get done. But those will disintegrate.
These little firecrackers in the shape of the tank and snakes. That's what be in Clarksville texting in here in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Those are good ones. There's also these ones that looked like it was almost like a boomerang type of thing. They had a decent pop to them.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
they're
about.
not mortar level. And like you said, mortars, you buy a few of them because they are so expensive and they are so big.
Right.
And
you're talking about it's like a 4 or 5 inch canister.
The big dog ones.
Yeah.
That you're not supposed
You're
to
not gonna
shoot
get
off.
much for $100 for that.
By the way, what are the rules of shooting off fireworks in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley? Obviously, the
Generally speaking, it's illegal inside the city limits. Now they can't write everyone a ticket or take everyone to jail.
Now, does the same logic apply as what you said earlier, where neighbors and friends shouldn't complain even if they're shooting off severe fire, like mortar?
Now, but how late is too late?
That's another good question.
And here's the complaint I hear a lot, and this is valid. Now, my dogs don't get too bothered by it, but a lot of people's animals just go berserk with fireworks.
Okay,
mine don't do that necessarily. They generally, aren't too spooked by it. But I know a lot of people's animals are frightened to death by it. So I think that's part of it.
It's one of those things where you just read the room. Like, you obviously don't shoot them off at midnight, but
is 10:30 too late? It's 11.
So dark. It gets dark at what, 8 o'clock now?
How many neighbors you got?
I would say 9:30 might be the latest. 10. Do I sound too old saying
You sound
that?
a little old there.
Okay, then what?
A little curmudgeon-y there.
9:30. That's when the show should be
I mean, it doesn't get
reaching
dark
a
till
peak.
8:30, right?
Quinn in Clarksville, cherry bombs, Whisker biscuits, Husker do's, Husker don'ts.
Sounds like a trip to the bakery.
Yeah. Russell in Boonville says the 4th of July is technically through midnight. So he feels like you should be able to do that.
All right.
He also enjoys the snapdragons that are red and the firecracker. That's
See,
what I'm
to
thinking
me,
of.
the fact that the 4th's on a Friday, Saturday night's fair game too.
Yeah.
Okay. Hog Wild.
Night before, night of, night after, all fair game.
Here are their rules. Don't do it around dogs.
Right.
Don't do it around war veterans. Some of us do not enjoy it.
Fair. I empathize with that.
Can't disagree with that at all.
I'll be at a place where there's not a lot of neighbors. There's not a lot of people.
Chris in Fayetteville, technically you shouldn't shoot off any fireworks at your friends, but you do. And that's something you're not going to do with your friends because
I don't have
you guys are in different you guys are in a different stage of life. But for the teenagers across our state, that will Roman candles, bottle rockets, just wear protective eyewear. Just don't
No Jason Pierre-Paul situations. Keep your fingers, all your phalanges intact.
Darren says anytime on the 4th till midnight. Now,
All right.
does that same does
That
that
is, I think
till
this year doesn't apply. 4th on a Friday.
Okay. JT says on Friday and Saturday till 11 o'clock. But
Okay.
past that,
I can get on board. I could sign that petition. 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday night. I could get on board with that.
well, if
That sounds reasonable.
If you're looking for something to do before the fireworks go off on Friday, you can go to Cart Pass Social. They're open until 7 o'clock on Friday, normal hours the rest of the weekend. Great place where you can play golf, and it's not going to be 90-plus degrees outside. Over 1,000 different courses that you can choose from at Cart Pass Social. #1 indoor golf destination. You don't have to be this avid golfer to go there. They have kids' birthday parties, corporate events, different things that they can do for you. Just go to cartpasssocial.com. #1 indoor golf facility in all of Arkansas. That is Cart Pass Social. It's always BYOB at Cart Pass Social.
Yeah, I need to get on the simulator. I didn't play all weekend. Somebody I know played this weekend, Colton.
Oh yeah, what did he do? Who played, Tommy? What did they do?
Well, it's just not my news to
Well,
share.
we're 47 minutes in.
Yeah, I lost the under on this deal.
I intentionally didn't. I didn't bring it up because I feel like a DB if I bring light to myself. But yes,
You're a tremendous slouch.
I did have my first ever hole in one this weekend. I'm trying to catch my late grandpa who hit 5. Who's
had 5?
My late grandpa.
Oh, your
Bob Franklin had 5. My grandma
5 hole in one.
Yeah, my grandma gave me.
I've got eyes and ears everywhere. I've got sources all over the place. I had someone not in your group that was eyewitness to this occurrence.
So I didn't lie. That's what you're
It's
saying.
not a lie. It actually occurred. Ty Richardson had a hole in one this weekend. But here's the thing we'd all lost money on. Ball comes down, it hits the green, checks, and spins back. Now, no one had Ty with a little tour spin on the ball, but spun, kind of went around a little ridge on the green and in the hole. And I said, there's no way Ty hit a shot crisp and clean enough to actually put some backspin on it. But that's the eyewitness report I received.
Sometimes a blind squirrel finds a nut. In this case on Saturday,
Did you see it go in the hole from the tee box?
No, that was the tough
It
part.
looked to me from the photos that from where the pin was placed, you could not have
we
seen
couldn't
it.
see it. So when you're playing pickup basketball and when a guy goes
Yes.
and one and he points the fingers. Well,
Yeah.
you're and I'll call them my buddies too. They're just a little older and more seasoned than I am. Started doing that, and frankly, I thought they were screwing with me,
Yeah.
which it would be on par for that group. But
Yeah.
then we
Not
looked.
my friends.
Yeah, I looked.
No,
I looked
really
at-
not.
I looked at the three buddies I was playing with, and I was like, I think they're saying that went in, and we kind of then all of a sudden we had a delayed reaction, so it was kind of weird. Couple things. I lost the club. I left it or something. I don't know where that club is.
Whoa,
that I
whoa,
hit.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's gone. I don't have no idea.
What
where
did you
it is.
hit?
A 9-iron.
Nine. Okay, that's
So
okay.
I have no idea where it is.
You've lost your 9-iron.
I
as a
looked
result.
in the back of my car. I looked in my buddy's bag. I can't find it anywhere.
Did you go back out to the 15th
Yes,
tee and look around?
It wasn't there. So I
Has
have
the
no idea where
Golf
it is.
Hall of Fame called
the
it?
National Golf Museum.
Maybe they sent it in with with Gage Woods cleats. Maybe it went to the Hall of Fame.
They took it and just sent it in.
Yeah.
Clay Henry, the features editor at Whole Hog Sports, did remind me that I still have a ways to go to catch his number of hole-in-ones, but he did congratulate
Well, you're
me.
halfway to my number now of
So,
2.
It was here's the odd part
Which
here.
is unsettling for me to know that you're within one hole in one of me. Knowing that you could go out tomorrow and tie my number of hole in ones.
It is. Here's a hot take here at Hot Take Monday. You know what accompanies that hole in one? It's a little bit of guilt. And the reason I say that is because one of the buddies in my group was like, yeah, my dad has played his entire life and had got one.
Yeah.
Our coworker Lance has played his entire life, and he's like, I've been close, but I've never gotten one. I was, no joke, the worst golfer of that foursome, the group of your friends, worse than all of them, probably the worst guy on the course.
No
and so
question.
the fact that I actually
No
got a
question.
hole in one, it was like,
It really devalues all the other hole in ones the rest of us have had.
There's a burden of guilt that is it oddly accompanies that. I did have a hefty bar tab, which I think was around $200 on Saturday night.
That's not a hefty bar tab
well,
for a hole in one.
For me, as someone that is pretty frugal and doesn't like.
Did you
to spend
have one,
money.
or were you part of the hole in one club? Did you actually? Are you actually going to have to pony up?
Well, we got the 250 tab that was from that, and then we went out that night.
Oh,
and I paid-
you went above and beyond.
Yeah, above and
Here's
beyond on that.
the greatest regret I was at the river, and I didn't get to enjoy one dime of your open tab. So I think we need to extend that. I think you could take Colton and I maybe to lunch today. Somewhere with a bar and bone in ribeyes or something, and
Let me see.
Extend that today.
I'm looking at my
Check your
schedule.
planner. Check your planner.
I think I have something during lunch
Okay,
today.
that's fine. Just can your credit card go?
Yeah, that is the question. I was looking at the charges this morning, and the charge at Papa still hadn't popped up, but it was around $200. I remember drunk.
That is the dumbest thing in tradition in sports. Is you're the one with the great feet that's worth celebrating. Why are you paying? That's what
I think
I've
it's
never.
like you've had the greatest thing happen to you. Why not?
Everybody else
pass
ought to buy
on it?
you one drink.
No,
but that's not how it works.
I actually understand that because it's like you had the best day of anyone. You should pass on some goodwill to your friends and others. The funny thing was the group that I met in after Clubhouse I was hoping like fireball, shots, let's go, let's get it going. And it was an older, more seasoned group. You know what they were using the bar tab on? Milkshakes.
Oh yeah,
milkshakes.
Yeah. Milkshakes.
Of all things, I'm just walking in. I'm like, guys, like no one wants anything, and they're like, no, we're good with our milkshakes. I was like, okay. So I don't want to dwell too much on this. I'm just happy
now,
we
what
made
hole
it.
was this? Was hole 15? You said
15.
What'd you shoot on hole 16, 17, and 18?
We ended up tying our scramble.
No, he asked what you shot.
We scrambled, so not good. I would have
quit. I would have quit. I just wouldn't have shot for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it was
Props
not.
to you.
It was a scramble. We tied. So, but it was a great day.
Now, I'm
Great-
not sure
great-
it counts if it's in a scramble.
My partner hit a bad shot and I hit a good shot, so it worked out. It worked out.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. It was cool. We
Happy for you.
halfway to year 2.
Yeah, I was.
How do you feel?
we were. Well, kind of takes the shine off the two I've had. Yeah, but
There's guilt though.
I
That's what I
understand.
felt directly after. It's like I feel guilty that every other golfer on this course is better than me, and I somehow, some way got lucky.
Well, we're talking about great football weekends, what you're looking forward to. Ty, you can go to ArkansasRazorbacks.com if you want tickets for the upcoming games. Also, single game tickets available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Yeah, we're, again, Notre Dame, Texas A&M for the first time since 2013. The Fighting Irish for the first time ever. Of course, basketball is going to be here before we know it as well. And baseball, again, there are always good teams coming into Baum-Walker Stadium. But this upcoming season, take advantage, especially for some SEC games this fall at ArkansasRazorbacks.com. All right, when we return, hour number 2 of the Morning Rush, Chris Marler is going to join us at 10:30, get some thoughts on the Southeastern Conference this fall, 61 days out for the first game for Arkansas. We continue on a Hot Take Monday next.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fifth Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Take advantage of this nice weather in Arkansas with our friends at Roback. Gear up for fresh polos, running joggers, and comfortable khaki shorts. Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas licensed collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. So if you're ready to upgrade your comfort game, use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order through the end of this week. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with code RUSH25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
When you're craving serious burger goodness, head to Hardee's for the all-new barbecued pulled pork Frisco burger. A charbroiled quarter-pound 100% Angus beef patty, topped with 16 hours slow-smoked barbecued pulled pork on toasted sourdough. Only for a limited time at Hardee's. Get a free pulled pork Frisco burger when you download the app and join my rewards. The app for terms.
Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Golf Nut is thrilled to introduce new products for 2025, including Cobra Dark Speed Adapt Woods and Irons, Ping G440 Woods and Irons, and TaylorMade QI35 Woods. Lap putters, including the latest OZ model, are also available. Whether you want to improve your swing or enjoy the game, the Golf Nut offers a range of options. Book a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators and experience golfing greatness. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue for your ultimate golfing destination.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has raked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full Certainty integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with Certainty. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. There's a slight chance of seeing a shower. Thunderstorm high temperatures into the low 90s. Mainly clear, low 70s tonight, and then Thursday, sunshine, low 90s. Friday, we're back to sunny skies and a high in the low to mid 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Tally at the 40, midfield, at the UCF 40, the 30, Tally at the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown Arkansas!
ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com. KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 61 days.
How would you characterize as someone that I trust your business acumen over mine, the current state of Arkansas athletics?
We're kind of like a steakhouse that has a really good shrimp appetizer. The salad's impeccable. The scalloped potatoes are to die for.
Okay.
The white linen cloths, the silverware, the service is 5-star. But then they bring you the ribeye. It's just okay.
It's mid.
The sauteed mushrooms that go on it are awesome. The wine selection is just unbelievable.
But you need sauce for your steak.
But I need a little A1 here. I mean, isn't that really an athletic department? The football program is the entree. It is the bone-in ribeye.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
All right, so we start hour number 2. I want to read this text from Tanner in Tupelo because it ties into what Tommy just
Bone-in
said.
ribeye sounds good, though, right now.
Yeah, at 10:01 this
Bring
morning.
it on.
It is. So, as he texted in about the finish in the Learfield standings and Arkansas being where they are in the 3 major sports, he feels like that there's still a loser athletic program all around. Why does it feel that way? Because, first off, that's not the case, but it's because of football success. And that's
you're winning in every other sport at a high level except football.
Yeah, which is wild.
And I guess I should. Women's basketball is not real good right now either. But.
And that's true. But think about just in the last 2 years. So I couldn't tell you what the women's volleyball team did last year.
But they've been better. They have drastically improved.
Jason Watson, I think, got their team to the Elite 8 2 years ago. Colby Hale has consistently had his team Sweet 16 Elite 8. You've got the women's golf team and Coach Taylor as good as they were this past season. Coach McMakin had a good men's golf team. Basketball, Sweet 16. Baseball, College World Series. Am I missing a sport? There's track and field.
How they doing tennis time?
I couldn't tell you. Track and field, of course, does what it does. And yet it's that one program. So if this team all of a sudden surprised not just you, not just me, Tommy and Colton, but everyone this year, won 7 or 8 games, think about how awesome that would be to have all that combined.
Well, but the deal is you'd give up all that other stuff for the most part. You wouldn't probably give up men's basketball or baseball entirely. You'd give up a lot of those other things to have a good football program.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you go to a restaurant, as I was giving that analogy last week, if the scalloped potatoes are off a little bit, I can deal with that. If my ribeye's really good, if the shrimp cocktail could have been a little fresher, I could deal with that. If the bone-in porterhouse, which I know that's rhetorical by nature. The porterhouse is a bone-in, but if the fillet side of the porterhouse is really tender and delicious, I can deal with that. Because the main entree overwhelms all the other deficiencies.
We were talking
here.
We were talking about the SEC Network takeover and the number of Arkansas sporting events that were on display on the SEC Network over the weekend. He talks about Tennessee football has to be his favorite, but it's also hard to forget Gage Wood's effort in the 19 strikeouts for the Razorbacks recently here in the College World Series.
Hey, proud to announce our 20th annual football trip of a lifetime is coming up soon. All of your buddies here at ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, and Hardee's are teaming together for what might be the best trip we've ever done. Dallas Cowboys, Las Vegas Raiders in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. I mean, what could be a better trip than that? Cowboys, Raiders in Vegas? You kidding me? If you need a Monster Burger in 150 seconds or less, you qualify. We'll start qualifying soon. Go to hitthatline.com for more details and your chance to win the football trip of a lifetime. The 20th annual football trip of a lifetime brought to you by Hardee's, ESPN Arkansas, and hitthatline.com.
You got to take advantage of that. My points came in, Tommy, for American Airlines finally. So I've got, I think, 80,000. You know that credit card I was telling you about?
Yeah.
I've got 80,000 points. I'm trying to figure out where I should go. And that Vegas trip sounds
wasted on Vegas. Don't waste it on Vegas.
Where should
you can get on Allegiant. You can get a cheap flight to Vegas.
Vegas.
Use those 80,000 points or miles or whatever they are. Go to the Bahamas. Go to the Turks and Caicos. Go to Mexico. Go to Hawaii. That's the thing to do,
See
bro.
the world.
Hawaii.
I haven't been out of the country since 2017.
He has no desire to see the world, Colton.
There's too many places.
That's fine. See this country. I would.
No desire to have any more culture, anything at all, any more.
I got plenty of culture.
Any more? How about some culture?
Hey, speaking of culture, how about the United States last night?
20-year-old Damian Downs, German-born to an American father, dreamed of being a pro football player when he was a kid. Now he's a pro soccer player, and he can win the shootout for the United States right here.
You want to? I know
Is
you.
Matt Jones going to make it in today? That's my next question. Is Matt here?
They beat Costa Rica.
He may still be celebrating.
Matt's in Colorado right now.
Yeah.
So he's taking in some different parts here of the United States. But yeah, I guarantee you Matt Jones was watching.
He was watching, I promise you.
My dad was texting me last night. I didn't watch it, but I saw they won in a PK shootout where it went to
penalty kicks, man. It was absolutely incredible.
Which you've called before. Sorry, Claude.
So excited. No, but Tommy, what you were saying about Tommy said it before. It's like the most exciting finish in sports.
Yeah.
Hadn't seen one in a long time that I had any care about at all. But then you flash USA up there on the screen, and I'm a little bit more invested now. And man, was that exciting! And I know that the final goal right there was what I clipped out, but I should have clipped out the goalkeeper. I think it's Matt Freese for the United States that he went insane and had stopped like 2 or 3 there in the final minutes and penalties, and it was absolutely breathtaking to watch. Excited for the U.S.
Breathtaking.
Well, when USA gets home, when you put that USA on your chest and the crowd cheers for you, it's breathtaking.
Breathtaking.
Looking for something to take in and everything else last night. I want to come back to where we started the show with, again, changes that will begin, and really they've already begun in college athletics, with tomorrow being a landmark event and everything with the revenue distribution and whatnot. There was something that was asked of Remy Cofield, the Arkansas GM of Razorback Athletics, last week when asked about eliminating sports. Here's what he said.
That's not a part of what my job will entail. Understanding that, I'll certainly, communicate stuff with Hunter, and he'll communicate back with myself and everybody else on staff, and if any of those things ever come to fruition. But we haven't had those discussions at all.
We've seen it happen already on other campuses, not just for this, but for other odd circumstances here and there. To my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong.
I know that's not really part of the conversation that I've heard anyone legitimately. Other than just barstool conversation.
So this isn't something.
I don't think. I think we're overstating. If that's what we're overstating what his role will be within the athletic department. He's just basically. You only get down to it. He's the bad cop. He's the one that's going to deal with, and he's the no man. He's the one that's going to say no. Not KNOW. He's not. He has to know, but his job's to say no. and to deal with all the agents and uncles and parents and people that head coaches just don't want to deal with.
Let me ask you this. To say no, and I'm just going to pick the three majors, you got to say no to Cal, Sam, and Dave.
No, he's keeping them from saying no.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, they want a particular player. Arkansas doesn't have the funds to land that particular player.
Only one sport can do it.
He's in that conversation. Which of those coaches would you least like have to say no to? Cal's obviously got the biggest aura. Dave's got the biggest standing on campus, and Sam's the football coach, which on any campus is the biggest deal. Which coach do you
Probably Cal, just because one player of that magnitude can probably make all the difference. In baseball or football, one player's probably not going to be the difference maker.
That's a good point.
So, you want a quick answer? There's a quick answer.
I think, and not that Sam Pittman couldn't get mad.
And I could outrun Sam Pittman, so I'm not worried about it. Dave won't run after you. He'll just wait on you to come back, and then he'll kill you.
Listen, there's something about...
And Cal will just send his people for you.
And I know that, like, football coaches yell, basketball coaches yell, but there's
You'd be swimming with the fishes.
Yeah. There's something about an old baseball coach that always stands out, the ton lashings that they sometimes give players. And Dave is... I hate to call him more reserved in his age than he used to be, but there's less, let's say, one, because of replay. Two, you don't see him necessarily get an ump's face as much as he used to back in the day, but every once in a while you do see that.
It's because we get all the calls now. We're one of the good teams. We get all the calls, right?
In that in that setup.
Right? Just like Alabama does in football, we get all the calls. Is that the deal now?
Well, I was surprised. We did get a call or two in the Murray State game that went Gage's way that I was kind of surprised by, but he would be the one that I want to avoid if I'm Remy Cofield in that situation.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can say you've raised enough money and you got enough funds. You can say yes to all three. That would, I guess, be the thing to do. Hey, do you want to spruce up your existing home or maybe start from the ground up? Either way, check with Farm Credit of Western Arkansas first before you get started and find out why for more than 100 years Farm Credit has helped families just like yours, just like mine, make their dream home come true. Visit myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com, or stop by any of the 25 locations today for Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
All right, we mentioned it being social media day today. You know what other day it is?
Tell me.
This is my outfit for today, and if you don't like it, you could leave.
It's National Outfit. Did you not do one with your daughter this morning on National Outfit of the Day?
I know it's surprising that, the last day of June that none of the kids are up at
Dad's hard at
7:15 in the morning when Dad's leaving the house. So
I figured you'd be expressing your best self by sharing your outfit of the day.
Me do a TikTok with my fit.
I figured it was coming. The work
My
get up.
6-year-old loafers with no socks, part of my fit. My nice khaki Denali trousers from Sam's Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wear
what shirt? What's your shirt?
I basically
what is this? Is this a FootJoy? Yeah, it's a FootJoy.
Comfort.
Blue and white.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you always do two buttons or do you ever do no?
Well, when we do the top
I got
one?
sunburned. I got chastised.
I don't ever do one.
I got chastised by
That's for the uncouth.
a couple of my my female friends this weekend because I looked sunburned. So they were like, "You always need to button up and you need to put on sunscreen."
You just tell them,
before
"Hey, baby, I had a hole in one."
Well, there was they congratulated me on that, but
then you had to tell them what that meant,
No, they I think they were understanding of what that was, but it was more about like I look burned and everything else. I am bad about not putting on sunscreen whatsoever when we golf or do anything outside for that matter, which would be better. But what is your work get up? Tommy's is khaki pants. What'd you say? 6-year-old loafers and a polo shirt. Colton's, I feel like every time Colton's got something raised back related on. I have it a lot of times.
I'm at that age. I go for comfort, baby. It's about comfort.
Mine is the same like cycle of ESPN Arkansas polos, and then I just have khaki shorts and tennis shoes.
I'm way past caring what anyone thinks. So
but you have a little bit of professionalism because you see people and you represent our company and everything else. But I figure when you get home, surprise your daughter and tell her it's National Outfit Day.
National Fit Day. You can't say outfit. You sound old when you say outfit.
You're
fit.
What does it say? Outfit of the Day.
Yeah.
OOTD.
OOTD. Yeah, like Colton said.
OOTD.
OOTD.
I'd mess that up.
By the way,
there's no way I get that right.
Got a good tease for. Have you seen the shirtless wedding celebration from Ed Ogeron, former LSU and former Arkansas? We'll get into that coming up in your SEC update. It's pretty good.
All right, we're talking about all the sports that are still out there. I was surprised looking at the Oaklawn Sports app what you could still find out there from not only soccer like we were talking about from last night, but also Major League Baseball. You got the WNBA. You got college football and pro football futures that you can bet on right now. Golf. Did you see the end of the golf tournament yesterday?
I did not.
5 playoff holes. That was exciting. Wow. So lot of fun stuff still going on, even though it's right in the heart of summer. Sign up now with the Oaklawn Sports app. New customers get up to $1,000 in bonus bets. And once you deposit, you're automatically enrolled in the promotion. You get a second chance on each of your first bets the first 10 days if that bet doesn't work out. Plus, you can look into the 10% profit boost for new and existing customers on qualifying 3-leg parlays. It's all with the Oaklawn Sports app. Easy to fund, easy to get your money back. Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with a brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
When we come back, we'll tell you about Ed Ogeron. We'll also get into another commitment for Arkansas football in the class of 2026. It's a Hot Take Monday. Stay with us.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
I absolutely love your show. I can't listen to anything else on the drive to work in the morning other than the morning rush.
Transform your yard work game with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Experts and nearly 200,000 homeowners rave about Ego's performance. Gas power without the noise, fuss, or fumes. Their patented 56-volt arc lithium battery delivers top-notch torque and fits all 90-plus Ego tools. Power through yard work and tailgates with the same battery. Plus, enjoy Ego innovations like the first fold-flat lawnmower and weatherproof equipment. Discover more at egopowerplus.com.
You are really good at what you guys do. Y'all know your sports and you know your information. That is for sure.
This is the Morning Rush.
See dealer for details. At Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, Van Buren, there's never been a better time to buy. Stop in today and check out our huge discounts on new Chevrolets and pre-owns. No reasonable offer will be refused, and at Roads, we always give you more for your trade. Plus, we offer free pickup and delivery. You can even buy remotely. Stop in and let us show you the Roads way with our 2-year complimentary maintenance program on every vehicle sold. Experience the Roads way. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, where you get the best prices, period.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has raked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Whether you're opening your first checking account, purchasing your first home, saving for your first big vacation, or opening a new business, First Star Bank.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Choose your escape. Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Take a luxurious dip with the $5 Classic box. Indulge in a lavish meal with the $7 Supreme box. Or explore new worlds with the $9 Discovery box, now featuring the crispy chicken burrito for a truly unmissable experience.
Is that Tony Hawk?
Get Lux for less, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
Summers dipping on the run. Now the beachfront nights, 5,000 thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine. Now the seaside.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your sports betting action. And with baseball,
Arkansas is the SEC champion. You know, every game is a dogfight. We're about the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally held the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Go Tigers! Go away!
All right, so you hear Coach O there, who took off his shirt at one of his former staffers' wedding back. I also saw that his ex-wife got a cool $8 million in their divorce settlement, which was decided by the Louisiana Supreme Court. So I don't know if that...
His divorce went to the Supreme Court?
The Louisiana Supreme Court ruled on Friday that half of Ed Orgeron's LSU buyout belonged to his ex-wife, Kelly. So I don't know if the celebration was before or after he got that news. Maybe he's like, I'm finally done with this. I can move on with my life. Or maybe that happened and that news came out. Either way, it looked like he was having a good time at this wedding. He seems to be enjoying himself post-coaching life. We were talking about John.
I don't think there's ever been a time Eddie O didn't enjoy himself.
We were talking about John Gruden earlier. Gruden took a selfie with Taylor Green this weekend in Thibodaux, Louisiana. I don't know if Ed Orgeron's necessarily looking to get back in the coaching world either. He looks like someone that's enjoying the post-coach life, which for some guys is not the case. Some guys don't like post-coach. They want to always be coaching, but he seems to be enjoying himself.
I've seen a few pictures that made me think he's having a good time. I'll just leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Yeah. Just got breaking news. EA Sports is bringing back the return of the NCAA basketball game.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that just came out.
When that drops, I'll be off work for a week.
Okay. Has Dylan got the 2026 football game whenever that, or is that?
I don't know if we got the new one yet or not. I'd have to ask.
Let
me check my credit card.
Colton, you're the video game guy. Has that come out yet, or is it coming out this summer?
26 comes out in July, just a couple weeks, I think.
Okay. That is, so they got that.
That explains some of the good behavior lately.
Yeah. And
hey, Dad, let me get the trash cans for you.
What does that cost now? Like $70 nowadays? But he can just download it straight to his console with your credit card.
Right.
Oh, that's tough.
Trust me.
You gave your kid access to your credit card? That's a dangerous game.
Trust me. Now, he's pretty good about asking before he buys anything. His sister, not so much.
It's not his money.
Well, he will ask. His sister,
just buys?
Not so much.
Does that cause discomfort every once in a while?
For them, yes.
I know. So, okay. Wife, Amazon, Dylan.
Why are you ruining my day?
I'm just wondering, like, where
this all things you will deal with it someday.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. I'll be in charge at my house.
Well, I'm just talking about from the.
I had a hole in one. They'll listen to me.
Wouldn't necessarily say that. Wouldn't necessarily say that in the situation. We mentioned Taylor Green.
I had a hole in one and lost my 9-iron.
Yeah, I did lose it in the celebration.
How did you do that?
I think I just left it. Now I have no idea where it is. We've looked.
Well, you didn't even know it went in the hole. So how'd you lose it?
But we figured it out when the guys were saying that went in, and then I guess I just.
I can't believe you didn't rip your shirt off and sprint to the green.
I was actually pretty subdued.
I know. I saw the video. I was
kind of
a little underwhelmed.
Pretty.
By it.
Well, again, you don't want to come across as like a cocky, egotistical. You know what?
Too late.
Just kept it
too late
as best I can. You kind of we started out Hot Take Monday. I thought, and my hot take was the SEC's gonna be down. You kind of just kicked my thought initially to.
You were talking about this many quarterbacks turned over, wide receiver.
I glossed over.
Ty, tell me about the linemen. How many linemen are back?
I
don't know.
All I said was I glossed over. I looked at the list and I just kind of thought in my head, okay, this.
How
team
many
doesn't
returning linemen we got?
This team doesn't have this quarterback. Again,
I had a hole in one.
There's valid. That's just my response to everything. But again, there is a ton of QB turnover. Arkansas is lucky that I think Talen's one of 5 quarterbacks that are coming back. Does that mean they're going to compete for an SEC title? No. But I do think it's kind of odd and peculiar that we're 2 weeks out from SEC media days, and I have no idea who I'm going to pick to win the SEC championship. And usually,
I think there is a little more parity at the top. I think there are a few more places on the top shelf.
I.e., that's not a stupid take, right?
Well, but I mean, I think it's not a dumb take. I just don't think your analysis has the roots quite deep enough.
Since when does anything on the show have the roots of that?
Well, I mean,
it's shoot from the hip for 2 hours straight.
Colton and I normally have a pretty buried.
Oh my gosh!
It's been hours pouring over film before I even get on the mic.
I mean, I had the clicker out this morning going back and forth on the left guard from Vanderbilt, just trying to figure it out.
What's
his
name?
footwork is unbelievable. Smith. Garrett Smith. Sophomore. Mainly spent time on the practice squad last year. 6'5", 235.
Brentwood, Tennessee.
Big prospect out of Alabama. Big pickup for the
Commodores. This kid's from Kentucky.
Oh, I'm thinking of the right guard. My apologies.
Yeah.
I did see Diego Pavia in the offseason basically says that Vanderbilt now owns Tennessee. I'm paraphrasing what he says, but I think that's going to end up coming back to bite him when they play the Volunteers this season.
They do have a little payback.
Kind of like the Boston College quarterback. And coach, that probably drives coaches insane. Coaches always keep it close to the vest when it comes to trash talk. And when they see one of their players, particularly the quarterback, saying something that is not positive, and about another team, that would drive a coach insane to me. Insane.
All right, then. I don't think Nick Saban would have allowed that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, just to let that go, that would drive a coach up a wall, I think.
Yeah. Brenda says her third hole in one was way more exciting than her first.
I got some work to do.
You got 2 to go.
My grandpa got 5. Mine is just sitting there where his 5. My grandma did mail me one of his hole-in-one balls, so I could look at it as a sense of, hey, this is what you're trying to get to, is 5 of them. I'll probably just
What will you do with that? Will you sit there and study? You just sit there and stare? And
No, it's just motivation.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is. It's just you try and envision yourself.
Well, the ball that's being sent to you, is it from his first, second, third, fourth, fifth hole? Which one?
It's a yellow ball that he hit it in Morrilton, and it's sitting next to the letter. I couldn't remember which one it is, but it's like this. I'm pretty sure it just said 1.
This is what will happen. He'll never break 80. He'll have 5 hole-in-ones. This is what's going to happen.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Well, good thing for you.
That is the case for me.
Good thing for you.
That is the case for me.
All right, that's your SEC updates brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Celebrate the fun this weekend with a red, white, and blue sale at Burton Pools and Spas. Cool off in a Doughboy above-ground pool, up to $1,500 off this weekend, or dive into summer with a semi-in-ground pool starting at just $190 a month. Or go big with the in-ground pool and get a free heater with select pools right now at Burton Pools and Spas. 4 locations, Fort Smith, Springdale, Greenland, and now in Hot Springs, and always online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
JT in Hot Springs, still mad like he was on Saturday. 35 years of playing golf, and he does not have a single hole-in-one. There is a bit of guilt when you hit a hole-in-one.
Try harder.
Than when there's a lot of people. I'm not going to say that.
Try harder.
When a lot of people have played longer and are better than you, and you get lucky in that.
But Ty, you did it. You made clean contact. You hit it the right. You don't need to feel bad. You did a good job. You should give yourself a pat on the back.
Well, I feel like.
And then he lost the club.
And then I lost the club, which is the most.
You have the ball?
I have the ball, and I have the scorecard, and the flag. But no, I lost the club.
Not the flag from the hole, though.
No, I wanted to take it, but I didn't. I refrained from stealing. I saw Jalen Williams signed a new 3-year, $24 million deal with the Thunder, which
seems light to me.
You mentioned that earlier.
$8 million seems, I mean, just by NBA standards. 3rd year's a team option. I don't know if he's, giving a little discount to stay close to home.
And that's what Portis did in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but his was $44 million.
Well, his previous contract, people were kind of surprised, and I don't remember the exact facts and figures, but people were like, that seems low for a guy of, sixth man of the year and everything else, and he basically, he's like, I wanted to take a pay cut to stay here. I don't know if that's what happened with Jalen here, but, if you have the option to play 2 hours and 45 minutes from your hometown and make a little less money, I don't know. I'm not privy to that information, but
let's not scoff. $16 guaranteed $1 million over the next 24 months is. I'll sign up for the 24 for the rest of my life. Right now, I'll just stop trying. I'll do whatever you need me to do for the next 3 years for $24 million.
And just to put that in,
or 23 years, man.
Just
I don't know.
To show he was set to make 2.1 this upcoming season.
I'm just saying that, and maybe that's the leverage the team had is go ahead and take bird in the hand and worth 2 in the bush. It just seems like there's a lot of deals for guys that are playing roles, not starting player, but bench playing or bench players coming off and have a role on a team that are making double that.
I'm going to do what you did to me earlier. Who is it then?
Huh?
Show me the levels of the guys.
Well, Isaiah Joe would be one that he signed a 4-year 48, and I'm kind of using that as kind of a reference with the Thunder because now his 4th year is a team option, but it's 48 over 4. So I don't know. $8 million just seems
light. I can't remember. That might be Zay's 3rd contract too.
I thought it was just his second. I thought he was rookie deal and his second deal.
Okay,
yeah.
Then maybe I'm wrong on that.
You count up the years. He's what this was his 2nd year of a 4-year deal. He had a 3-year rookie deal. That's right. It's the 2nd deal. So, but you made a very good point there, or a note we should all. It's a contract extension. So, you take what you can get. He had that back brace on. I don't know what, we don't really know what his durability is right now. Remember, he's wearing that back brace or whatever a lot. You could see it on TV. But every time the camera panned and turned to him, big smile on his face, rooting on his teammates. He seems like a really good organizational person, a really good team player. At least from the outside looking in, he's everything we believe him to be.
I was reading.
I bet he's a joy to have on the team. Now, I don't imagine his mama was too happy with his language at the parade, but other than that, the kid's done everything right.
As we wrap this up, I was reading this piece in Whole Hog Sports this morning. I'd forgotten when Jalen and Isaiah were actually on the same team. Like Isaiah won a championship, and then Jalen won a couple years later. When they lost, they were runner-up one year under Coach Burnett. You know who they lost to? I'd forgotten about that. And Jalen was sick before that. They lost to Moses.
Yeah.
So I just before Moses.
There's not enough talent in Arkansas.
Yeah, before he went to
Wrong.
Montverde. You think about those 3 guys. Moses is doing really good things for Golden State. Jalen and Isaiah recently signed within about a year of one another, new deals. So it's pretty cool to see again 2 Fort Smith guys, a Little Rock guy having success at the.
Then you had somewhere in all that mix was Nick Smith. That came. You just think about all the guys that have come through that went through Arkansas. Pretty incredible. All right, if you're headed out for vacation this week, maybe going to be on the road, be sure and take the Hit That Line Now app with you. It's powered by our friends at Taco Bell. You can drive through their drive-thru, get something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy. They also got the Lux boxes for $5, $7, and $9. It's all at Taco Bell. Get the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Maybe you're going fishing at Gaston's White River Resort. That'd be an awesome place. I was doing some fishing. I wasn't on the White. I was on the Norfolk this weekend, but fishing there was good. I bet the fishing on the White River was just as awesome. If you're thinking about getting away maybe for the holiday weekend or just another summer weekend ahead, Gaston's has a perfect cabin or lodge for you and your family, whether it's you and the wife or maybe the kids getting away for just a small, quick getaway for the weekend, or maybe you're planning a family reunion. I got my family reunion coming up this summer, and we got 20-something of us. They've got a lodge there at Gaston's that can hold over 20. So, and they got meeting space, and they can really get you fixed up. So if you're looking to put an event on for work or for family, they can help you. 870-431-5202 is the number. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Ty, fortunately, has saved the world and not yet procreated.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Evan Cohen here. According to a recent ZipRecruiter survey, 76% of employers plan to expand headcount for 2025. If you're one of these employers, add ZipRecruiter's latest feature, Zip Intro, to your hiring plan. It does most of the work for you, so you save time. Just pick a time, and Zip Intro finds and schedules qualified candidates for you. You can even meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
Man, what a segue.
This is The Morning Rush.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV with hands-free driving assistance and go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $900 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What'd you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
A lot of life can happen between sips of Dasani. You know, the life moments, big and small, that are worth getting thirsty for. Like organizing a family movie night under the stars. Or hearing an old favorite song and having an impromptu dance party. Or finding a new dinner recipe that the whole family loves. The crisp, clean taste of Dasani was made for all of life's thirst-worthy moments. Dasani, because life happens between sips.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
We're going to talk with Chris Marler coming up in just a bit. Works for ESPN 104.5 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana Sports.net. Tom, before we chat with Chris, you see the Fayetteville dropped in the U.S. news rankings. So typically it's the number one place to live in the SEC. It's down from 21 to 75 in the rankings, which I thought was
and I always wonder, when they say Fayetteville, do they mean Bentonville, Rogers, Bella Vista, Fayetteville, Greenland, Farmington, Prairie Grove? I mean, is it all of Benton and Washington County or just Fayetteville itself?
I think it's just Fayetteville. I don't think they lump it together, but I was surprised. I mean, they've been anywhere from 21 to 3 since 2016. And
well, I mean,
is it because of the traffic? Is it just?
I don't know, but somebody needs to be fired. That's what we do around here. We call for somebody to be fired if there's a drop in the polls like this, a significant drop in the poll. So who are we firing? Some kind of coordinator needs to be fired over this deal.
For not having the ranking.
Something. Maybe it's people not getting their yard mowed. They need to go to WT Equipment. With summer here, time to upgrade your equipment, whether you need a powerful zero-turn mower or a hardworking utility tractor. WT Equipment has the deals for you to get you rolling. The Hustler sales event's on for just a few more hours. Save up to $1,700 off MSRP on Hustler zero turns like the Raptor X. And for qualified buyers, get 0% financing for 42 months. Also, get ready to roll with New Holland's Power Star tractors, 0% financing for 60 months, or cashback offers on 65 to 100 PTO horsepower models right now. These deals end today at WT Equipment. Go by and see them, 479-442-8284. Shop online at WTEquip.com.
Andy texting in says he blames Sam Pittman. Of course,
Of course.
Sam seems to get blamed for anything around
here. And it's why the quality of life has dropped.
Because, jeez, Louise. All right, let's bring in our
somebody needs to be fired. I don't know who, but we need to fire somebody in the next 20 minutes, right? That's what Razorback fans do. We fire people.
Yeah, just part of it. Chris Marler joins us, ESPN 104.5 in Baton Rouge. Chris, talking about mowing the lawn, do you mow your own lawn or do you pay someone to do it?
Man, I really want to lie, so I sound like more of a man say I do it myself. But we are currently living in Atlanta in an apartment. So we're moving to Baton Rouge in a month, and then I will be cutting my own grass. I can't wait.
Okay.
You cut it with your shirt on or off?
Like Eddie-O?
We're about 10 years past cutting the shirt off. I will say that.
But beer in hand, right? I mean, you got to have a beer in your hand when you're cutting your yard.
Yeah, I mean, without a there's nothing quite like the post yard cutting or post yard work beer. That is like a top 3 beer, I feel like.
Yeah, it's and the sense of accomplishment.
Airport beer, shower beer, post yard beer.
No, I think yard beer comes ahead of airport beer.
Okay.
Unless it's vacation.
I'm not a big airport beer guy.
Say again?
I'm not a big airport beer guy. I don't know why. I just had never really gotten super into it.
Well, when Chris travels, he's traveling.
Well,
for work.
I mean, if you're traveling for like vacation, that's one thing. But if you're traveling for work, it's just another day at work, So I'm with you. But if I'm headed to like Turks and Caicos and I'm there for the 6 a.m. flight, bring me on a screwdriver or Bloody Mary, something.
I was gonna say,
with alcohol.
I saw a video of this guy that was. I guess he had an 8 a.m. flight because he had 5:57. He had a beer. People were making the rounds on that. Chris, football-wise, we're 2 weeks out from SEC Media Days. You kind of had some football news this weekend with guys like Taylor Green, Arch Manning, Garrett Nussmeier at the Manning Passing Academy in Thibodeau this weekend. There's so much turnover within SEC quarterbacks. What are you expecting this year of that position and some of the more notable guys, including the guy here in Fayetteville?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing going into it, like I put out my quarterback rankings, which was not my idea and it's completely against my will. Hopefully my boss isn't listening, but I feel like he knows that sentiment because there's just nothing that gets people angrier online, it seems like, outside of politics than a quarterback ranking in June or July, really. So, looking at that, there's so many new faces. And what's weird about this one is this is the first time where you have all these new faces, and every single one of them, it feels like, or at least, majority of them have like massive, massive expectations. I think the biggest thing I expect from this year is one of the names that we're hearing about that hasn't got a ton of playing time yet, or is very early in their career. One of them is going to underwhelm us by a lot, because that's what happens in this league with first year starting quarterbacks. And I'm not saying it's going to be Arch or anything like that. I will say that the Lagway stuff with how much praise he's getting, and I think he's a great quarterback. Him getting so much praise as a top 3 to 5 national player, especially over Lenore Stellars, I think is ridiculous. I love Taylor Green. I said it since last year against Oklahoma State. He is a human highlight reel, and he feels like must-see TV most of the time that he has the ball in his hand. The biggest issue, and it was the thing that reared its ugly head from day one against Oklahoma State last year, which is you got to take care of the football. I mean, eight total fumbles last year was top 10, or like one of the 10 most from any quarterback in the country last year. Lost 4 of those. If he can just take care of the football a little bit better, I mean, Arkansas can be dangerous.
We had Archie Manning on with us Friday, Chris, and one of the things that he spoke to us about is the position. Like you got to be cerebral of sorts, and some of those were on the offensive line. Don't want to put that all on Talon, but I mean, how much do you think he can improve being under Bobby Petrino in year 2, just knowing the position, knowing the checks, and frankly, just not fumbling the football like you're talking about?
I mean, so it's not like he's far off. I mean, like you said, like there were still moments last year where it's like, they were able to look at the Auburn game and the stuff he did athletically in that game, especially. I mean, he is a top tier athlete at that position. And I keep saying this. Everyone that keeps writing him off is, oh, he's not that great. The numbers aren't that great. I mean, he was top 3 in the SEC in total yards per game. Like he can do both. He's going to get, kind of pigeonholed as just a running quarterback that throws, which happens a lot, I feel like, this day and age. But he's going to improve, I think, passing. Just tell me a quarterback that ever did poorly under Bobby Petrino, especially with multiple years under him learning the offense.
Yeah. Chris Marler with us here on the Morning Rush. Chris, from a hot seat type perspective, and I hate asking hot seat questions, but let's look at it from this angle. Who has the biggest burden to deliver this year? Who is coaching for their job and their future in their program this year? If you had a 1, 2, 3 in the SEC, who would that be?
I mean, I don't. You guys are talking about when I was coming on here firing people in Arkansas. I feel like Pittman's in that conversation, and I hate it. Listen. I am not going to pretend to have my finger on the pulse of everything going on with Arkansas football. I just know that since I've been covering this league, watching that guy come in and replace and kind of turn around what happened under Chad Morris and doing so quickly. And I think a lot of people probably thought this thing was going to fall apart completely the moment that KJ left, right? Like, and all of a sudden, and you have this like mass exodus with the transfer portal. I think he's done a great job. I think if he leaves, in my opinion, I think it'll be on his own accord. I wish he had a lifetime contract. It is hard to make SEC fans pull for anyone that's not their own, and I feel like he is a universally loved coach. That's all I'll say about Pittman. The hot seat stuff, I think, that is most interesting. Napier finally got off of it, and deservingly so. We were talking about him being on the hot seat for his 2024 schedule in the summer of 2023, and I'm glad that he was able to stave that off and stick to his guns and do a great job. I will say that schedule doesn't necessarily get a lot easier this year. I don't see a massive influx of talent that they somehow are keeping secret down there in Gainesville. So if he somehow, like, the expectations I feel like might be a little bit too high from that fan base, he could be back on it. The big one is Hugh Freeze. And this guy has gotten a very long leash at Auburn strictly because of how much that fan base and administration hated Brian Harsin. And he has underperformed flat out. He's done a great job recruiting this past year. He's done a great job in the portal. They have given him all the resources. I know he has some health issues, which is not anything he can control, obviously. But the big thing for me is you don't have a landmark victory besides maybe the A&M one a year ago, which I don't know if that counts in the minds of Auburn fans. The biggest thing is you come out of the gate with Baylor, A&M, Oklahoma. Those are 2 of those games are on the road, and you've got I think all 3 of those might be on the road, and that's your first month of September. If they go 2-3 with Georgia and Bama still staring them in the face, I feel like the fan base is going to get pretty restless.
Yeah. Flip side of that, beyond Sarkisian and Kirby Smart, Texas and Georgia, who's the safest? I mean, those 2 are pretty obvious, so let's pick up the conversation from there.
I think Beamer is a guy. He just got an extension last year, which I thought it was pretty well deserved. That was a weird thing going into last year. I mean, covering them for Locked On and hosting the Locked On Gamecock show. Going into that last year, it was like everyone from the outside national media was like, oh, Beamer's on the hot seat. Beamer's on the hot seat. And everyone close to that program from jump was like, no, he's not. He's like, barring something catastrophic failure, I think he's fine. Him and I think Clark Lee is another one that feels like they're pretty safe. I'll tell you one that I probably should have brought up in the aforementioned question about who's on the hot seat. I think that Stoops at Kentucky is gone after this year, whether it's his own decision or Kentucky's. I don't see anything improving for that program right now. And it does kind of feel like that's a program where like the luster has been lost a little bit from, hey, we're not just a basketball school. Like we compete in all these other sports too. We went to the College World Series and we got, our football team has won this many games or whatever. That doesn't feel like it's as fun right now for that fan base, especially after what happened last year.
Tommy and I were kicking around last week, Chris, and by the way, we're talking with Chris Marlar, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, about Kentucky and kind of what they'll be willing to invest from the revenue sharing, which I guess begins tomorrow with their football program. Like, in your opinion, should each SEC institution establish minimums for what you have to spend in football, basketball, baseball? Or how do you think starting tomorrow and from here on out things are going to go within this league?
I cannot believe we're out here talking about socialism right now, Todd. You want everyone to spend the same amount. You told me there'd be no politics, and here we are. No, I'm obviously kidding. I don't think that they are going to be able to control what people spend. I think it's fascinating because the number that the NCAA has even put out there, which they're expecting, is between 73 and 77%, which would be around $15 million for men for football, and then you'll have around 10 to 15% for men's basketball. But there's a lot of programs that have other really, really good like teams and sports that they want to invest in. I look at LSU, especially like being a little bit closer to them now and covering that. Like that's a team that had, I think, 8 total spring sports that were ranked in the top 10 at one point in April. They are obviously going to invest a lot in baseball. South Carolina is a great example. They are going to invest a lot in women's basketball and also in baseball because of how bad last year went. So
Oklahoma with softball.
Oklahoma with softball is a good one. So that's a different one, I think, a little bit, only because Oklahoma softball has been so good that I think that I might see them put 100% of their revenue in football at this point after what happened last year. But I do think it's interesting because how they're going to spend that on top of the NIL stuff and the collectives that are not going to go away necessarily. I think that'll be fascinating to watch. I also think what you're also going to see is a little bit of a step back into transparency, away from transparency, where they're not going to tell us what they're spending on certain things. I think you are going to see some stuff that is, below the table as opposed to, above the table now. You're going to kind of go back to some of these shadier type deals, I think. And you're starting to hear some of that. I think the big thing that's fascinating too is someone, I'm not saying the SEC, but somewhere, someone is going to invest a way, way more into a niche sport that no one else will. And we're going to see like Bama in the 2010s or North Dakota State type thing where they won like 9 titles in 10 years. We're going to see that in like some ridiculous sport like water polo. And I think that's going to be pretty funny.
You're kind of talking about above the table, below. How in the world would you cheat now? And who's going to enforce it? I mean, people talk about, well, the rules, what rules? I mean,
right.
Rules don't matter if no one's enforcing them. So, I mean, we can post a speed limit sign. If no one's got a radar gun and no one's in a cop car, then it don't matter. That's kind of how I see things right now in college football, particularly. There are no rules.
You're completely right. And it's super weird when the NCAA shows up and wants to pretend like they're a parent again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like them showing up and being like, oh, by the way, like, you talk about the eligibility stuff that's kind of gone through. And it's also, it's very, very evident that the moment they were not able to benefit off of it, like be the primary benefit off of it and have things go exactly the way they want to, is the moment they just took their ball and went home. And then everything changed at once, which is the main issue, is that everything happened all at once. But I think you're right. There's nothing really that's super illegal or off the table. But I will also tell you that if there is a conference and programs in a conference that will find a way to figure out how to cheat or do things a little bit
SEC.
Yeah, it's the
It
SEC
just means more
for sure.
Chris, it just means
exactly. Exactly.
All right, Chris.
So yeah,
Go ahead. All right, we'll leave it there, bud. Sorry, we're running out of time. Chris Marler, ESPN 104.5 in Baton Rouge, LouisianaSports.net, co-host of the Fourth and Ron Pod, and also a host of Locked On South Carolina. Chris, we appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks at SEC Media Days in Atlanta.
Sounds good, boys.
All right, good to have Chris, and you're right, couple weeks SEC Media Days. Brought to you by QC Kinetics. Is that knee, hip, shoulder, or back hurting you and it's not getting any better? Before you go down the road of surgery, drugs, and downtime, talk to our friends at QC Kinetics. They are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. In fact, and this is really important, 92% of their patients report satisfaction with the results they've got. That's not just a number. It's peace of mind that you're exploring something that's truly going to work for you. 479-999-1234, 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
I guess it all gets under. Is tomorrow going to be a different show with this change? I mean, did it feel different 4 years ago?
Not yet, but it is officially a real change.
Yep.
So,
And
hey, the Lewis Automotive Group hotline still open. Phil and Matt coming up with halftime, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group serving Northwest Arkansas for more than 79 years.
All right, that's going to do it for Hot Take Monday. For Tommy Kraft and Colton Little, I'm Ty Richardson. Like he said, halftime is next.
APAC Arcola and